In this video, we're going to be working on the Dropcam 3 that was mailed in for a damaged charging port connector. Customer said that he attempted the repair but was not able to fix it. And when I opened up the package, I saw this port here. I thought the customer mailed in an extra port, but that was not the case. This is the port that was initially damaged. And looking at the port, I see a lot of missing pads. Unbelievable. It just dropped on my lap. Gone. Gone into 9th dimension. Where is it? Okay, anyway, we lost the port. We lost the port. I wanted to show it to you. The port has a lot of, I don't know, the port is gone. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. Anyway, I wanted to show you the port so you can see how the ripped pads are stuck to the pins of the charging port. Customer looks like he attempted to resolder another port, but of course, if he did not fix the traces, soldering another port is not going to fix the problem. Let's take a look at the mailing form for the customer and see what the customer said. The original USB charging port on the camera was broken. I tried to replace it, but it's not charging now. I still have the original USB connector, but one of the pins is broken. Okay, the customer is probably not aware that he ripped off 4 or 5 pads of the board. We're gonna take a look and see what the customer did here. The port is soldered, but I do not see any wires to fix the broken traces. So that's what I see. I do see the pads on the board, so I do not know how pads were stuck on the connector. Maybe the pads were ripped off partially, but as far as I can tell, the port is soldered on properly, unless there's some type of short between the pins, but none of the pins are moving. If we look inside the port, what do we see? For the most part, the connector looks good. So no idea why this is not working. We'll figure it out. I have not posted videos for the past week because the microphone cable broke and I had to order another one. It took a week for us to get the cable and we missed out on a lot of good repairs. A lot of unique repairs that we have not done before, like a key programmer that came in for no power. We fixed that device. We did a lot of USB data recovery, a lot of laptops, a lot of iPads, but that's okay. That's a unique one. We have not done the Dropcam on our channel before, so let's work on this. Now we're gonna have to replace this connector. We do not trust this connector and we do not know why this connector is not working, even though it's soldered on properly from the front. And I do not see anything obvious with this port. It's not the best soldering job, but I do see that the pins are making a good connection. Customer did not mail in an extra port that we can use, but that's not a problem because we're gonna be using our 500 ports box that we have for sale on our site. A lot of you already bought the box, and we're gonna try to locate this port to see if we can find it. The box is actually 100 ports and each compartment is 5 ports, so it's 500 ports inside the box. I do not know if we have this port as part of our 500 ports box, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna look at the port, at the shape of the port. We're gonna compare it with the pictures that we took for all 100 ports that we have here, and we're gonna see if we can find this port. This is a very useful box and I use this every single day. Right now, if I want to order a port for this device, I may or may not be able to find this port. That's number one. And the second thing is, it's going to take a couple of days, maybe 3, 4, 5 days to get that port. If I want to order a port for every single customer that comes in here, I'm not going to get things done. So every time I'm in for a charging port replacement, the box is extremely handy. I just look at the pictures, I locate the port, and I replace it for the customer. The box took a lot of time to create. For those of you following the channel, you know how we started out with the box, how we got the connectors, how we organized them inside the box, how we took pictures, and how we wanted to make it as easy as possible to be able to locate the port. Before I remove this connector, let's see if we can locate that port in our box. Let's log into NorthridgeFix.com, and you can search, just use the search bar on top here. Search for 500, right there. Click on it. The box is $190 for 500 ports, which comes out to about 28 cents a port, including the box, including free shipping and all that good stuff. Click on the link here to look at the photos that we took. So we have compartment number 1, number 2, 3, 4. We took 100 photos. Right now, I do not see a lip in the front, because some ports, they have a lip in the front. This one does not. We see 2 openings here. We see this opening here, and a notch in the middle here. And it looks like we have 2 legs. 1 leg, 2, and possibly 2 from the back. Let's see if we can look at it from the back. Yes, we have this N-shaped bracket here, a notch here, 2 notches here, 2 openings here, and no lip. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can locate that port by looking at the pictures. We're gonna keep looking. I mean, I got so used to looking at those ports, I can immediately tell which one looks alike. Quickly scan through the pictures. This one has a lip, this one has a lip in the front. Let's keep going. This one kind of looks similar because it has 2 notches in here, but it doesn't have 2 notches on the top, and it has a lip. So that will not work. 63, possibility that we can use 63 because we do have the bracket, we do have 2 legs, but I do not see the notch on this area of the connector. So we'll keep number 63 in mind in case we cannot find anything close to what we're looking for. Sometimes it's okay if you do not find the exact same port. We can compromise and use another port. So we'll keep number 63 in mind in case we cannot find what we're looking for. Or if we keep looking, maybe we can find the exact match. Right there, 79. 79. 79 is an exact match. Let's take a look at the customer's port. Look at this. Exactly the same port. Let's look up compartment number 79 and see if we have an exact match as the picture shows. 79 is here. And we'll take a look. Wow. Exact match. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's the power of having the 500 ports box. It's amazing. It amazes me every time. I mean, I did not know that in compartment number 79 we have a charging port for the Dropcam 3. But by just looking at the pictures and comparing the picture with the actual port, I was able to quickly find the port that I'm looking for. Let's keep this port on the side and desolder this one. We're not even sure that by changing the port, if this cam is going to work or not. We're not even sure. But the least we can do is attempt the repair. And just like I thought, we have partially ripped pads. Okay, we should be good. Let's solder the new port. The connector is actually not as wide as what we are looking for. But that's what the customer had before. Look at this. The connector is not wide enough from the back. So he probably could not find exactly the same port and he got this one. Port is not the same. I just went by what I saw, what the customer had on this board, assuming that this was the port that belonged to that board, but obviously customer used a different port because the original port should connect on all four ends. I do not know how the original port looks like, and I do not know if we can even locate one online. And just like I thought, there's nobody that sells that port. Maybe we can zoom into that iFixit image. So the port originally had a lip. Look at this. The port originally had a lip, and it looks something like this. Now let's see if we can locate this port. This is the original port. Let's start from the top here. So we need to look at one that has a lip and two wide legs. Two wide legs and a lip. Okay. These are not wide legs, they are flush with the connector, so that's not what we are looking for. We want something like this. Number 8, like the legs are sticking out, but obviously it's not this one because this one has 4 legs. Right there, I think this may be the one, number 44. We have a backward L-shaped openings on the bottom, 2 notches on the top, we have a lip, we have 2 wide legs. This may be it, 44. Let's see. Compartment number 44, let's see. Will that one work? Look at that. Look at that. Perfect fit. Look at the legs on the sides. Look at the legs in the front. All we have to do is make sure that those pins will touch the pads. Otherwise, we're gonna have an issue. That's the connector that belongs to the Dropcam 3. I was only able to locate this port by looking at the iFixit image that they had of the device. We search our images for the 500 ports box, and that's the port. Now I can pre-apply the wires and put the connector on top. That's an option, or we can solder the connector and then do the wires. So you see how easy it was to locate that port, the original port for that board. That's what I love about the box. It has all the ports that you need. Sometimes even if you do not find the port that you are looking for, you can compromise and use something else in place of the port that you're not able to find. But every time I looked for a port, I was able to find it in that box. And I'm not just saying this so we can advertise the box, but the box is really a lifesaver. Okay, and let's go ahead and apply solder mask. Just need a tiny bit on the bottom. Not too much. What we have should be enough to hold those wires in place so they do not shift and move. But of course we're going to have to apply UV light so the mask can harden. Okay, so that's enough. Look at this. And this is the board that's meant for this device. We can see the first pin is making a good connection using the wire. The second one, very good. The third one, the wire is right there. So it connected the pad with the pin and the wire is solid. This one, the wire is solid, and this one, we can see how it's making a connection. Now everything is good. I just want to touch up the pins from the back. Let's flip the board. Okay, and now the connector is super solid. I'm glad we had to go through the process of locating this port. It's a real life scenario where the port shape is not known. We located an image online to see how that port looked like. We searched our images of the 500 ports box and we were able to locate exactly the same port for that device. And all we have to do is test. I want to test the 5-volt line and the 3-volt line. So meter in voltage mode. And let's test pin number 1, which connects to this component here. And look at that, we have 4.9 volts. And we're going to test pin number 3, which connects to this filter here. And we have 3 volts. Voltage is being supplied to this device. Like I said, I do not know how this device operates. There are no power buttons or anything that we can click or press on here. It may be part of another system that makes this camera function. Just gonna close it, invoice the customer, and ship it back. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.